All right, assisted living fans, hope you're doing well. This is going to be my review for season 1, episode 22, To Trust or Not to Trust. Jeremy and Leah have reason to finally be confident about their decision to move. Sandra has a change of heart concerning Lindor, and her parents want to know why. This episode gets a 4 out of 10 for me, which is honestly, I was going to give it like a 3 or a 2, but I'll get into why soon enough. But before going further in the video, please take a moment to hit the like button, hit subscribe, click the bell notification icon, and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content to the channel. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. This might feel a bit odd given how long my Sister and House of Pain videos were for review. Assisted living, I will say this was probably the most disappointing episode in the past month or so. Like, it wasn't god awful, but it definitely had a few things about it that made me feel like we were going back to some of the more problematic episodes towards the beginning because of several things. This episode was filler, plain and simple. There were only three things of note to even mention. Number one, Vinny basically confirms, you know what, it wasn't Medea I was with, it was her sister Big Bertha. So based on that information, and Brown, oh, Bertha, okay, and then they knew the birthmark and everything, like Texas or whatever, what's it called, birthmark, beauty mark, whatever. It pretty much just kind of wipes away the whole Medea being Cora's mother, because that definitely makes it less awkward because Vinny was trying to hit on Cora. So there we go. He's not the father. I know it's easy to say, well, Jeremy, they could probably still do a test. That's true, but it seems like since it's just been in running gag, it doesn't seem like that's the case. So in my mind, I'm just going to assume, yep, Vinny was Bertha, not Medea, and Cora isn't the daughter, so we can move on for our life. Brown's whole stick the entire episode was just to remind everyone that he paid $40,000 for, getting this place up and running. I did like the thing at the beginning where he was like, Cole, you talking about these fake flowers? I know we get some real ones. Go across the street, get from the graveyard. That was actually pretty funny. But other than that, Brown was just kind of there. Poor Philip. I don't dislike the character. I just don't think we needed him in the show at all, because of the fact that he even made a point to say, oh, I know what's going on. You want me to go to my room or whatever so you all can talk with Sandra. Okay. That's literally been his entire thing, the entire series. They gave Sandra all the story. Philip is just kind of there. Again, I don't dislike the character or the actor. I just feel like this episode once again reinforced the fact that Philip is a non-factor. He doesn't need to be in the show. And for the most part, this entire episode. So Leah, the beginning is, Brown and Cora trying to put some, and Vinny, making sure the paintings on the wall are straight, and they're trying to prep for potential customers to come visit the facility. Leah's, got off the phone with some potential people to come over. Another plus of the episode is the renovations just look great. I love the way they got the seats and everything set up. I really like the new setup. It's definitely better than the eyesore that we had to suffer through for about damn near 20 episodes almost. Leah, she pretty good dancer. I ain't gonna lie. I've always said she looked good, so it's like, okay, Leah. Jeremy comes in and he is pretty much doubting himself because Leah's, ecstatic. Like, look at this list of potential customers. If we even get half the people on this list, this place will be full to capacity. So she's confident that not only will they make the money back that they invested in the place, like, well, Brown's $40,000, but they'll be making more money than when Jeremy and Leah both had jobs to get put together. And that's a blessing. Trust and believe, I know, like being self-employed and now making way more money than I did at Liberty's call center. It truly is a blessing when you kind of go out on a whim and it takes a lot of work, but it eventually pays off. That's what I'm talking about. But, other than that, Jeremy's feeling a bit down because he doesn't feel like he's been a good parent or father or leader since the family had to uproot and move down there. I can definitely see why for many reasons, but I don't want to really get into it because Cora pretty much takes care of that. But let's see. The kids get back from school and they try to talk with Sandra again, and she just doesn't want to talk about Lindor whatsoever. And I told him not to come over for dinner. Leah wants to check the text messages. Jeremy says not to because of invasion of privacy. I guess there's a difference here because I could easily say, isn't Jeremy being a hypocrite because wasn't he not against Leah checking the text before because that's how they knew that the bus driver picked up their daughter and left? I guess the circumstances are semi-different given the fact in that case they were looking for their daughter without knowing where she was. But in this situation, she seems to be back at home, whatever. But they want to find out what's going on with Lindor. So I'm not really going to harp on that. It's just like, when Brown came in, we just spent way too much time with him trying to figure out what was going on and, about, hey, that's my computer and this and that. But then, Cora comes in and like I said, the Vinny thing with Bertha, then Brown and Vinny exit. And we have another great scene where Cora gives some sound advice. And I mean, it didn't sound repetitive or dry. It was just good. It's like, hey, I've, pretty much looked at everything that's been going on since, me and my, Brown came in. But, you all need to be better. Well, for lack of a better phrase, just be better parents. It's like you're kind of tiptoeing around your daughter anyway. So you need to kind of, sit her down, talk, see what's wrong. I know you tried, but, given what's been going on, all the changes going on. And then like 1 minute she's all over this guy, but now she doesn't want to have anything to do with him. Let's figure out what's going on. So Cora gets up and leaves, and Jeremy and Leah, once again have a back and forth about the text. Jeremy's going to stand lookout that way if somebody comes in, especially if it's Sandra. He can warn Leah so they don't have another bad attitude daughter again. So Leah looks at the text and Jeremy is like, I don't want to look, come over here and look at it. And it turns out that somebody threatened her, and it's like, oh, that bastard didn't. I think it's safe to say that the sheriff was the one who threatened Sandra, not Lindor. That's what I think. So with that being said, that's all I have to say about this particular episode. I give it a 4 out of 10 because I love the new renovation and the way the living room is set up. I love the core advice. The Bertha thing pretty much solidifying, oh, never mind, Benny's not the dad. And then the ending with the text message just to kind of give us context for next week. So this wasn't the worst episode, but like I said, it did have some issues being obviously filler. Philip just being a non-factor, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, I think it's a solid episode, but not one of the best. I think it's like lower tier. But let me know your thoughts. Was I too hard on the episode? Do you think it deserves more than a 4 out of 10? Do you think it deserves lower than a 4 out of 10? And shout out to the patrons over on Patreon. You can join in for as little as $1 a month, or you can just donate directly via PayPal or Cash App. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.